In this video, I'd like to discuss a few reasons why you should start selling Amazon online. But before we begin, buy my $11,000 course. But before you do that, go grab your microwave and slam it into the like button. But first, get your entire family to subscribe to my channel. Okay, not really. What I'd really like to talk about is something called clickbait. Few people find joy in clicking on a video titled The Psychology of Clickbait to be met with a guy trying to sell you his course. For the last decade, we've trashed media outlets left and right for drawing in our attention with inaccurate headlines. Headlines such as, "This girl had no idea what was inside of here not until doctors cut off her pants," lead us to believe aliens are growing inside of us, but turn out to be no more than the story of a pregnant woman learning the gender of her unborn child. It's exhausting, emotionally confusing, and simply annoying. But then came YouTube. Now we can offer viewers headlines that more accurately reflect the content that's inside. We don't have to waste their time by throwing up misleading thumbnails and inaccurate titles in the name of getting more views. We can create titles based around content instead of content based around titles, right? Wrong. Apparently, most YouTubers plan to pick up the clickbait right where the media left it. And because of how the algorithm works, the most clickbaity of videos end up on our homepage. If that wasn't bad enough, YouTube has now removed the dislike button. So we can't even judge based on our fellow viewers whether we're going to be shown what we came to see. If that's not a clickbaiter's fantasy, then I don't know what is. Why do people use clickbait? It's pretty obvious that people who use misleading titles and thumbnails are just after views. They are out for themselves and could not care less about wasting your time. I mean, just because YouTube allows for this and because its algorithm seems to favor it, does that really mean we should do it? I guess the question comes down to who you're making the videos for. If you're making content for your viewers, then how could you possibly benefit from tricking as many of them as possible? If you're making content for personal gain, like media companies always have, then I guess it's the logical thing to do, given that you're willing to remove morals from the equation. How does clickbait work? The tactics used by the clickbaiters vary, but they're most often trying to sell you an idea, with that idea being what they think you want. In other words, they sell you hope. For example, I'm going to let you in on a little internet secret that you might have already realized. The best and easiest way to make money online is to sell the idea of how to make money online. Someone will sell you a Facebook ads course behind the idea of becoming financially free. But why are they selling you that course? Not because Facebook ads have allowed them to become financially free. They're selling you the course to try and become financially free because Facebook ads didn't go as well for them as they'd hoped. But hey, these people seem to be doing quite well, taking as much money as possible from the hands of those who need and want it the most. Think about it. If you are selling the idea of how to become financially free, your audience will solely be composed of people that aren't financially free but want to be. And that's what clickbait does. It gives false hope to hopeless people. And this is where clickbait becomes no less than sinister. Why you should not use clickbait. A hopeful person is not actively searching for hope, but who is? Someone that's hopeless. Whether these people are emotionally numb and searching for a story or video that will make them feel something, or they're in a financial hole that they will try anything to get themselves out of. Clickbait is designed to take advantage of the most vulnerable people. And using it is undeniably taking advantage of those people and their emotions. As I said earlier, if you're willing to cast all morals aside and do whatever it takes to get as many views as possible, perhaps you don't see an issue with this pathetic phenomenon. But I'm tired of hearing arguments such as, "It's the only way to get views," or "You won't be able to compete without doing it." With that mindset, you might as well sell discounted cigarettes to the homeless. Almost 100% of YouTubers who use clickbait have spent a fair amount of time convincing themselves that it's okay to do. Now, simply to further convince themselves, they've got to keep on doing it. The point of this video is not only to explain what clickbait is, but to open some eyes to the reason it works so well. Because it sells hope to the hopeless. Because it takes advantage of the most vulnerable people. And as YouTubers, we should be much more conscious of its sinister nature. Just remember, You don't acquire more views and then realize you've been using clickbait. You use clickbait to acquire more views.
I would say it's a more cynical view on clickbait, but he's also not wrong.